Okay, tell me about this.
Yeah, so oxaliplatin is a traditional chemotherapy drug. So what it's going to do is kill all cells, hoping the rapidly dividing cells like cancer will not be able to repair, and the normal cells repair themselves, right? So it's like traditional chemotherapy. It just prevents the DNA from being able to copy itself in cell division. So that's how it works.
And how long has that been? Does that go back to the 70s?
No. So the original drug that it's based off of is cisplatin, which is from the 60s or 70s. Oxaliplatin first came into the clinic in the 1990s. So we actually did the original studies here in the late 1990s, early 2000s. It came from France, but we did some of the original studies of the drug. It was originally developed in colorectal cancer, but it has activity against a bunch of different
And
regimens.
how does it enhance the qualities of the Xeloda?
Anything in cancer usually says two drugs are better than one. When you have drugs that work by different mechanisms of action, and they have different side effects, you're just more effective at killing cancer cells. So if the cancer is going to start to escape one drug, you've got another drug coming in. So it's just two is better than one.
And what is the job of Xeloda?
Also to kill the cancer cells.
Right,
it just does
but
it a little bit of a different way.
How does
so what it does, if you remember from high school or university biology, DNA has different base pairs that match. An A has to match with a T, a G has to match with a C. That's how they divide. The Xeloda, which is the oral form of 5-FU, 5-fluorouracil,
It is.
that substitutes U for T. So it confuses the DNA into not being able to make itself.
It's
called
a
an
derivative of
antimetabolite.
the 5-FU?
It is oral 5-FU.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I saw those as my stealth bombers.
Great.
And they had a crew that would get out and zap any
Great. I like
other
it.
things.
It's a
Yeah.
nice metaphor.
So I'll have to do a new one for this. Say it again. Oxaliplatin.
Mm-hmm.
And the main side effects of that one?
Any drug can cause lowering of the blood counts, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fatigue. We don't usually see that much of the oxaliplatin. The big side effect that most affects people is a sensitivity to cold. When you touch something cold, your hand can hurt. When you drink something cold, your mouth can hurt. It doesn't happen all the time. Usually it's just a day or two after, and it's easy to warm your drinks and what have you. So it's that sensitivity to cold. And then later on, with multiple doses, usually way beyond what we're planning on using, you can get neuropathy or numbness and tingling in the fingers and toes that is not related to cold.
Okay, so our plan is to use it for how long?
Well, we're only going to use it once if it's miserable, but the goal would be to use it 3 times every 3 weeks, right? Once every 3 weeks for 3 cycles. And then look at a scan and see where we're at.
Okay.
Right? If it's working, we would do more. If it's not working or if it's not being tolerated, we would do less.
Okay. And you start with a minimal dose?
On you, I'm going to start with a minimal dose.
Yes.
Normally I would not, but on you, I'm going to start with a low
Yeah,
dose.
because my body is
Exactly.
that sensitive.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, it sounds doable.
Okay, so we'll see you in a few weeks.
And getting the port is not that significant?
It's an outpatient procedure.
Right.
And people feel a little bit of tenderness where they've cut into the skin, so it's a Tylenol or Advil kind of thing. But it shouldn't be.
And the little whatever they put in there is like a metal thing?
No, it looks like my stethoscope. So what it is, thinner than my stethoscope, right? You know, it's going to be something here that goes under the skin, and then the cord goes over the collarbone and into one of the veins.
I see.
So what you're doing is you're taking a needle and you just have to hit this big of an area. So it's very easy. It doesn't come with the pain that when you start a peripheral
And
IV.
does the skin cover this?
Completely.
It does.
Yes.
And then